Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi ta'ala wabarakatuh. This video will be present about project management about Kelantan Affordable Housing RMMK. Firstly, my name is Muhammad Hanis Farhan bin Abdul Halim and my student ID 2018469044. The video will be submitted to my lecturer Puan Nur Syamaliah binti Ngah for ADS512 for project management. Project management is the process of leading teamwork to achieve goals and meet success criteria at a specific time. The main challenge of project management is to achieve all project goals within the given limits. According to McGraw-Hill 2008, this information is usually explained in the project documentation, which is made at the beginning of the development process. The main constraints are scope, time, quality, and estimation. The objective of project management is to produce a complete project that meets the objective of the client. In many cases, the objective of project management is also to formulate or reform the client's leads to meet the client's objective appropriately. The Housing Division is a part of the organization under the Kelantan State Secretary Office. This division is responsible as the coordinator for the development of public housing in the state of Kelantan. The main core function of the division is to prepare an annual budget estimate for the development of Kelantan Affordable Housing Project RMMK, play a role to monitor every development at the local authority level, including in terms of area expansions, PBT annual budget, and appointment of council members, manage application process, and selection of eligible applicants to be offered RMMK. Through KPKT, the government has formulated a plan for 1 million affordable housing in 10 years, which will be implemented by federal government agencies, state government, and the private sector for the benefit of the B40 and M40 target group. In order to form a prosperous, harmonious, safe, and accessible community with public facilities, the formation of the National Affordable Housing Policy (DRMM) is timely in guiding all parties toward achieving the National Affordable Housing Agenda. To achieve the goal of providing adequate affordable housing and affordable by the target group. Therefore, the Kelantan Affordable Housing Policy 2020 is an improvement to the Kelantan Affordable Housing Policy, which was circulated in 2015 and amended in 2019. The main goal and objective of the Kelantan Affordable Housing Policy is to provide and offer affordable housing types on adequate, quality, livable, and based on Islamic characteristics for the comfort and well-being of the people. The issue for this project, whether affordable housing project can be considered to be at an unsatisfactory level because the construction work of affordable housing is too slow to cause annoyance among the applicants of the house, where some of them have already paid the down payment to the relevant parties. There are several issues that have hampered the work of completing affordable housing in Kelantan RMMK, including weakness in terms of monitoring the construction work, financial problems, and also the failure of contractor to complete housing project within the stipulated period. Failure to understand and internalize the adverse or negative effect on the environment during project preparation can lead to a number of undesirable consequences which can ultimately jeopardize the growth and development objective for which the project is proposed. The first issue is lack of budget. According to Osongu 2016, Effective housing demand is limited by financial insufficiency and affordable mortgage, especially for those who work informally. Typically, the financial system and mechanism for, for providing housing financing in these countries are directed at the high-income elite, and low-income people are considered too risky to lend due to their unsustainable employment patterns and cash flows, poor property, poor property right, and zero collateral. This risk is compensated by the lender by the lack of a lot of reliable information and data about the person's characteristic and efficient way to assess his or her ability. With unofficial credit and microloans, often an exorbitant rate, lack of fund or budget is a major factor that cause Kelantan affordable housing projects are often disrupted. Funds obtained either from the state government and the bank, where the average applicant who apply for affordable housing in Kelantan are low-income earners and self-employed. This causes most loan application with bank do not pass, and this adds to the problem in preparing a sufficient budget to complete the project. The second issue is about poor management. According to Chan 2004, effective project management is the key for a successful project. Jesselskis and Ashley 1991 state that construction projects usually experience uncertainty due to the lack of resources and nature of the project. The factors which is conducive to successful project management is much discussed in the literature. For example, Moon and Bejermy 1996 suggests that success factors in project management include commitment to project completion, appointment of skilled project manager, adequate project definition, proper planning of project activities, adequate flow of information, adequate accommodation of the often changing, giving appreciation to employees, and being open to innovation. The environment in which the project takes place is also taken into account by many researchers. The last issue for this project is about lack of monitoring. Project monitoring refers to the process of keeping track of all project-related metrics including team performance and tasks during identifying potential problems and taking corrective action necessary to ensure that the project is within scope, on budget, and meet the specific deadlines. To simply put, project monitoring is overseeing all tasks and keeping an eye on project activities to make sure you are implementing the project as planned. The process of project monitoring begins during the planning phase of the project. During this phase, it is important to define how the project success will look like and how the goals can be measured using KPI. Project monitoring aids various purposes. It brings out the problem which occur or which might occur during the implementation of the project and which demands solution for smoother progress in the project. Effective monitoring helps in knowing if the intended results are being achieved as planned, what actions are needed to achieve the intended result during the project execution, and whether these initiatives are creating a positive impact towards the project execution. If there is a lack of monitoring from the authorities, then it will affect the smooth running of a project. Politicians also need to intervene in such cases to ensure that project can be implemented smoothly and can be completed within the allocated time. Problem solution is the act of defining a problem, determining the cause of the problem, identifying, prioritizing, and selecting alternative for a solution, and implementing a solution. The management will not be able to implement the project without identifying the problem and taking remedial measures for the problem encountered. The success and failure of a project depends on how the project management takes effective steps in identifying problems and what steps need to be taken to deal with problems that can adversely affect the project. The problem can be overcome if the following steps are taken. First, define the problem and generate alternative solution. Evaluate and select an alternative and implement and follow up on the solution. In solving problems faced, especially in project management, all parties must play their role. Every problem that arises in a project will be able to face if all parties unite and play their respective roles. Kelantan Affordable Housing Project RMK can be completed in the allocated time if some of these things are implemented. First, additional allocation injection, and secondly, supply chain management. The government should be responsible for injecting additional allocation. For example, the state government as the party responsible for the Kelantan Affordable Housing RMK project should inject additional funds or advances to complete the project and not rely on eligible applicant loans with the bank. With the additional with the additional allocation, the contractor will be able to carry out construction work within the stipulated time. Claims made by the contractor must be resolved as soon as possible to prevent construction work from being interrupted. According to Philadelphia Project Management Institute 2004, cost management activities including planning, estimating, budget, and controlling the cost of the project. All these activities ensure the lowest possible overall project cost consistent with the owner's investment project. Supply chain management is the network of various parties, processes, and activities that produce a product or service. Owners, consultants, contractors, subcontractor, and supplier are the supply chain under construction. Higher success can be achieved by improving the quality of communication between various parties and team operation between different parties. In conclusion, based on this learning, it can be concluded that the success of a project depends on the effectiveness and efficiency of management. And efficient management depends on the ability of management to identify problems and study the best and fastest method or solution, as well as relationship between related parties are also maintained. Corporate strengths or weakness are defined by the latent variable, company resources and capabilities, strategic decision, and strength of relationship with other parties. It was hypothesized that corporate strength or weakness so define impact project management competencies. Affordable housing projects are essential with substantial investment for the large human and community sectors. Provide affordable housing infrastructure for everyone facing problems and challenges. These are the challenges and opportunities to manage resources in housing construction project within certain limit. The aim is to build the challenges facing affordable housing infrastructure in developing countries such as Kelantan by examining construction management and customer satisfaction in housing infrastructure and to find out about the facility provided in housing infrastructure. In this regard, the relevant parties must play their respective role to ensure that each project can be completed. That's all for today. Thanks for watching.